In this lesson, we'll focus on removing some of the red blotchiness on the face using an adjustment layer. Now, before we jump right in, I thought we'd go ahead and take this moment to kind of make another comparison, just see how far we have come. So just by hiding the visibility of our retouching group, you can see the dramatic changes that we have made over the last several lessons. Okay? So we've gone through a lot of steps here, and we've already peeled away years of this gentleman's face. So we've basically taken him from, I would say, early to maybe mid-50s, and I would say now he looks probably late 30s, probably getting close to 40. We're pretty close to where I kind of envisioned his face being. Just looking at it, I would say he's probably like 36, maybe 37. So what we want to do from this point onward now is make a lot of little adjustments to really just help improve the quality of the face. That'll just make it look a lot more presentable. And we're going to be doing that with the skin in this lesson. So again, I kind of mentioned how we got a lot of just kind of blotchiness, kind of reddish, pinkish blotchiness everywhere. So what I want to go ahead and do is we'll come down here to the bottom of our layers panel. We'll click on this little circle right here that's kind of divided. And we're going to go ahead and choose Hue Saturation. All right. So under our Hue Saturation, I want to go to where it says Master, and let's choose Reds. All right, very good. And so I'm going to take this eyedropper tool right here, just clicking on that, and you want to basically choose an area where you think there's some red blotchiness that's pretty prominent. And for some reason, this right here on the tip of his nose, that area kind of stands out to me. So I'm going to just sample that, and you can kind of see it kind of rain in right there on our little color scale right there. Okay. And then having done that, go ahead and choose an area of skin that you think is of better quality using the far right eyedropper tool. So as far as better skin quality, I kind of like how this area over here kind of looks. So it's basically something a little less red. And so what you can do now is if you take your hue slider, take it all the way to the far left, you can see all of those areas of blotchy red. It's now shown in blue. Okay, so there's again on the nose right there was kind of an area where I really saw that to be prominent. So if you want to start to remove a lot of that blotchiness, start going back into the positive past 0. And so just kind of coming into the positive there, probably right around 6 actually, I feel like took a lot of that out. So we didn't really have to go too terribly far there into the positive. Okay. And then what we can do now, as I kind of look at this, I may want to kind of take the saturation down just a little as well. So maybe right around 14, 15, 16, somewhere right around there. Okay, so that's feeling pretty nice. Now the image overall, at least here on my end, it feels a little bit, just a little bit yellow. So we could go to our yellows here, okay, and we could just kind of pull that saturation down some as well. It's just feeling a little too yellow for my liking. Just kind of pulling it down about 20 right there. Let's jump back to our layers panel, and we can see the big change that we've made here. All right, so I feel like this feels just a little bit more natural. Just all that red right there, it's just a little too intense. It just feels a little too sun-baked for my liking. So I feel like this just kind of calms all that down. All right, so we still want to have, a little bit of red, pigment in the skin, to make it so he appears that he's alive, right? But just kind of reducing that, I think, was very beneficial in this case. And again, those values that we entered, those are going to vary depending on, of course, the image that you're working with. So those aren't going to always be the same values that you'd enter in. Okay. All right. So in our next lesson, I'd like us to shift gears once again and kind of focus on some areas that we could improve, which are some areas that are kind of hot spots. We kind of have a hot spot right up here on the forehead. Right here on the tip of the nose, feels a little bit blown out right there. And then even just kind of right here on the sides of the mouth, feel just a little bit too bright. Okay, so we want to kind of reduce those, and this is where we'll come back to using one of our healing tools over here, which will be the patch tool. Okay, so you might have to hold down, and you can see all the different healing tools. So that's what we're going to be using in the next lesson. I'll kind of share with you the approach that we'll take. So stick around, and we'll catch you then.